Right, so good day everyone. We are from the Merge family and we're going around asking the question, how long is long enough? How long to be engaged? How long you can be engaged for? How long you have to have a ring on your finger before the marriage takes place? So we're going to be asking some people and get their honest feedback, okay? Come, here we go.
I think roughly about a year is good.
Between a year and a half to 2 years.
I think about 3 years is too long to be engaged. Engagement should take at least 3 years.
2 years maximum.
About 4 years is about too long to be engaged.
Anything like 2 years is way too long.
As long as it takes. As long as it takes.
Good evening and happy Sabbath, every one of you. Welcome again to the Merge podcast. We are here again. This is the month of March, and we are happy to be here, Kareina. Yeah.
We are thrilled to be here. It's Kareina, Jayden, and of course, David. And we are happy that you have joined us. If you are joining us from anywhere out in this great big world, feel free to place it in the chat. We want to know where all of our viewers are joining us from. And we want, as a good pastor that I always look forward to says, we want you to be a digital disciple, an Apple apostle, and an Android anointing. So share the link, share the link. Send it to somebody who you think might benefit from it, or someone who you just want to hear some, let them hear some good information this evening.
Yeah, we have a bumper program installed for you all this evening. We have a wonderful guru that's sitting just behind the camera, ready to come and to share and to converse with us. Tonight we have an entry fee.
All right.
Yeah, yes, entry fee. The entry fee is tonight, David. They must subscribe.
I feel now if you
if you haven't
about
subscribed,
$3 here.
no, if you haven't subscribed to the channel as yet, don't look any further than that. Please, just pause and give us something. It will go a lot to keep this message circulating.
Yeah, we have 10 seconds, and that 10 seconds you could subscribe, share, and get the message out.
But Kareina, somebody might say, why you sending me this video for? Why you think this person engaged with me for too long? Is this targeted towards me? Are you throwing shade for me?
Oh my goodness.
So David, that is tonight's topic. How long is too long to be engaged? How long is too long to get engaged? I understand that you went around doing some interviews. I saw something in the...
Yeah.
What that was like?
So plenty of people say, I don't like that camera thing. I raised a couple of times. But persons were very receptive to wanting to share their view. So I interviewed about approximately 5 persons in Maloney Church. I think 2 males and 3 females. And their responses were kind of similar except for who we'll be talking about tonight on the podcast. But it was good touching base with folks, and something I think we should definitely do more. Just going out in the public and just, putting camera in front of people's face and asking them questions that we ask here on the channel here.
And as you say that, we're going to give you the opportunity tonight to answer, to be a part of this survey. How long is too long to be engaged? And we're going to put a poll in the chat, and we want you to be a respondent to that poll. We want to hear what you think about David. We're gonna get right out of the job.
Alright, so before we go out into the job, we have Sabrina Nichols joining us from Canada. Afia Gibbs has given us some feedback saying that the quality video is sticking. So she's letting us know that. Carol Coffee is joining from the US. Sister Coffee, thank you so much for joining in. And Cleon Alexander is confirming that our video is sticking. We appreciate the feedback, guys. We are working on it.
Yes.
Please do not watch as we sort this out.
Yeah. So the video is sticking. We thank God that the audio isn't sticking.
Is the audio sticking, guys?
Yeah, we just had it. Guys, pretend it's a radio program. Bring back the old time days.
So we're gonna sort it out. Thanks for the feedback. We're gonna try to get it sorted out as we continue. So getting right into the things, Kareina, what do you think about tonight's topic? How long is too long to be engaged?
Well, you want my My opinion, no.
Honest and earnest opinion.
So really?
Yeah.
All right. I think too long. Anything past.
Give us a number, Kareina. Don't hide. Give us a number. Give us a
Anything
number.
past 2 years.
2 years?
Yeah, and 2 years is kind of pushing it for me, right? So the ideal for me is in a year.
Within a year.
Within a year of proposing and accepting engagement,
Mm-hmm.
within that, I think it's appropriate to get married.
All right. David, what you?
Unless you get proposed at like October and then you get married in the next year, that's okay. But
Okay.
within that 12 month
I hear. Gosh. Kareina, I have a similar answer to mine. Just trying to change my answer just to be controversial.
Well, yeah, go ahead, change it.
No, I'm not going to change it, but I'll ask questions tonight that could be controversial, hopefully. But for me, I'll say between 12 to 14 months. I just think as yes, yeah. Between 12, 14 months, I think is a decent time span between the engagement and the wedding.
So,
Go
ahead.
I have this thing where, like, if you're negotiating not the style of football and stuff, right? And not just football. When top clubs negotiating a deal, do it as fast as possible. This is the right player. We do all the scouting before. We get all the scouting reports. Okay, this player does X, Y, and Z. This player will fit the system. Here we go. There's something a transfer person does say when a transfer is confirmed. So you don't take too long in the negotiation stages. If you know it's the correct deal, the correct person, you just care along with it and do the obvious thing, which is to get married.
That's interesting because even when you look at the realm of proposals for businesses or consultancies and things, proposals have a time period of its validity.
Okay,
as well. So you see, this proposal is, this proposal,
I propose to you today, and this has a time limit.
I'm proposing
14 months.
No. It's actually usually it's like 90 days.
Yeah, 90 days.
Or 120 days, and that's for your finances, financial budget, and your technical proposal. 90 or 120.
Because the cost of raw materials could increase.
It could increase. So they say this is what. So everything having Yeah.
Well, I could have never imagined this angle when we started this podcast. But I want to inflect or invert your question a little bit. Is there anything called too short of an engagement, David?
Yeah. Like,
for real? You think so? Right?
Yeah, 100%.
Why? Oh.
If you engage Tuesday, getting married Wednesdays, that's crazy. That's crazy. So I think there's a thing called there's something too short because you'll have to this it depends on season. But I think that period in terms of engagement, you probably have to discuss where we're going to live. If we're going to rent, how long we're going to rent for. You probably might be doing wedding planning. There's a whole different realm that fellas don't really want to enter into.
Right.
But we have no other choice. Yeah. So all those things probably have to be done or put in place, which will take time to get vendors and stuff. So I think, for me, too short is within 3 months. I think that is too short of a time period. Me personally.
2 months?
Yeah, within 3 months, that's too short between proposal and marriage.
Yeah.
Me personally, that's too short.
So like, I understand what you're saying, but the engagement period is usually when I'm just saying, right? Traditional.
Yeah, I have never been engaged, guys, or never engaged nobody yet.
No, like guys has already married, and such like that. But if the couple is together for like a long period of time and maybe planning the wedding before engaged, I mean, when I say planning the wedding, they were working their way towards, these are the things we're gonna do, and we're going to get married, whatever. And we are engaged now, so that's the appropriate time to tell the family and stuff. So you're still saying 2 month period. That's if anything less than 2 months is too short.
Okay, so you're saying they put things in place while they would take any boyfriend and girlfriend stage.
Well, in the latter half, right before engagement.
Okay, but who will know anyway? Because it's supposed to be a surprise too as well, the engagement.
A surprise to who?
Well, oh gosh, I don't mean...
You believe in surprise engagement?
Surprise meaning that...
when it's time.
When my brother had his engagement, Samuel, I was like, dog, you're going over the top. This is too much. The standard too high. I was joking.
That's right.
Yes,
Only one
did
chance
tell
to
him
get to do this.
I did tell him that. But, oh gosh, I lost the question.
No, the time frame.
Right, time frame, right. Yes, in that case, below 3 months, that's probably adequate time. If we're planning it before and stuff, putting everything in place.
Yeah.
But remember, at phase 2, you're still boyfriend and girlfriend.
Right.
It's serious, but not that serious kind of engaged as yet.
I just, okay.
So yeah, you could plan anything you want at any point in time. But before the engagement, it just boyfriend. So that's why I say nothing below 3 months. Yeah, 3 months. Nothing below 3
All right.
months.
Karina, what your thoughts are? Well, we kind of guess some of it. Is there anything called too short of an engagement?
Yeah, I guess. With regards to David, like, posting your bands, getting all your physical stuff organized for your life together, I think is more, I think it's more of a logistical thing than an emotional thing, because there's reason why I say that. When you get married, right, at least for myself and the person who I got married to, the conversation we had after we got married, like...
Post now too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I try to keep a straight face, guys.
At what point are we now married? Because it personally didn't feel like anything magically changed within that, in our relational space. Just our status would have changed, and we now would have entered into a covenant. But between both of us, it didn't feel like my love all of a sudden grew stronger. I don't know if something wrong, guys. Don't come for me, but I just say it didn't automatically. When I say I do, nothing really like that.
So
I think it's more just an emotional thing.
I think you probably don't have the romantic mindset in terms of, there are some people who have a romantic mindset of marriage. The wedding day is this whole fairy tale thing for them, and the utopia of all they have ever dreamed about in their life. I don't think that probably was your case. But I think definitely my perspective on it is, in as you say, if you want to get engaged today and by weekend you want to get married, that's up to you. I wouldn't say anything is intrinsically wrong with it. It depends upon your situation and your circumstance. Yeah. Some people don't have a lot of family to come to the wedding. Yeah. Some families who are aware of whatever for and could be adjustments. So your situation is a little bit different. Outside of posting bans and those types of things, I think there is a point where it is too short. But that for me even quantified by months.
Right.
As long as I think, and this goes into the next question, which is, what is the purpose of engagement? Yeah. What is the purpose of engagement?
You asking me this? Is a time to inform your family. It's a public declaration also that is the person that I'm going to now want to join my life at time to engage with family and inform them as well, and basically get everything together for your life as one unit. Is the time right before marriage?
Yeah, because my answer would be similar to what Kareina said too as well. That's the time where you can show the world, okay, this is the human being that I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. Right. And that is when it becomes like serious. Because the girlfriend and boyfriend stage, you can be going around together in years or months or whatever's the case. But you will take an engagement. Okay, wait, boy. You know who get engaged, right? Yeah, and people's like, oh my gosh. Yeah. And people screaming and sending pictures. Yeah, you know she. Yeah. Because it's something important. Yeah. Look how quick them get. They're going to get married.
Well, that's it. So I think the engagement...
Why you thought you was going to be invited?
No. Anyways, I thought, this is my thing, what is too short? Being together in a relationship for a short period of time.
What's too short? No, you gotta go.
I'm going to say that right now, right?
Why, Kareina?
Together for too short of a period of time and then getting engaged, to me, that's rushing. Yeah. That's rushing. I don't know if that's the
Give us a timeline of rushing.
I'm not saying anything right
How about 6 months?
Yeah.
Not that way too short. Way too short.
Listen, police officers going walking civilian, come out police officer in 6 months, soldier in 6 months. What's the problem?
Oh my God,
Girlfriend,
stop.
boyfriend, married 6 months. Happily ever after. Why not?
No. You get counseling and all kind of thing with an
That could happen, Cousin.
before
Afterward,
engagement.
boom, boom,
Before
boom.
Children alone is 6 months.
Exactly.
I started one time, I really like you, girl.
Here is to something I want to plug in here. Very important point. Engagements is not married. Engagements could be broken.
True.
An engagement could be broken. So I don't want people. Yes, I did say you pledge that you're supposed to spend your life with this person and it's going towards marriage and
But
stuff.
it's not the final.
But it's not the final. It's not that if you engage, have to carry through with marriage. Please, people, get it up. I'm saying that engagements can also be broken. Unfortunately, fortunately for some, and unfortunately for others. It could be broken. I just wanted to share that.
So, and I appreciate you saying that because you have to understand what is engagement in the first place. I think engagement, and those on the chat, if you want to answer as well, we're taking your answers. I'm seeing some people saying a year and a half, 2 years, enough time to be engaged, etc. Engagement, in my mind, there are stages in relationships. And I think you have to understand that everything in life, including relationships, have stages. After you have dated an individual, engagement is the period between dating, going steady with an individual, and marriage. Is a period in between there. And the reason for that period is because you have to remember, what were you doing before? Were you not preparing before?
Yeah.
So before you went down on one knee and asked this girl or this guy, because these days, girls going down on one knee.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
Hey, I that topic fun at that
Taking
time.
initiative.
Hey,
Well, go ahead.
something wrong with that in my books. But again, everybody have their own thing. But for me, I think engagement, because it's the period after going steady, your preparation should have come, at least parts of it should have come even before. So don't tell me you engage somebody and you're still deliberating
on whether you should marry them or not.
On whether you should marry them or not. Unless something happens subsequent after the engagement. But you know, we live in our world today, and let's be real. People is engaged for the wrong reasons. And so you engage somebody because it was a grand gesture in your mind.
So is it birthday?
I know she always want me to, we're going around how much years now, and she want me to marry her, and it was a problem, the mother want me to marry her. And when you're going to ask the girl the question, and only had a big fallout, and she's blocked you and she stopped talking to her, that kind of thing. And your way of coming back is with roses and chocolate.
I'm gonna marry you.
I'm gonna marry you, girl, down on one knee. That is not the purpose of engagement. It's not a grand gesture. It's also not meant to tie somebody's foot.
Okay.
You might tie somebody for Jayden.
Okay, so you want to lock down somebody. Right? So the girl decides she's going abroad to study. Right?
Boom, rest a ring on it.
Before she go out there, with them fellas are more like sheep among the world, I have to put a ring. I promise some type of
promise ring.
Something to hold you all together. So I'll engage her. And then so you engage the girl just before she leaves to study.
And then you probably say you'll figure it out as it goes.
Yeah. So people do these things, but I think they are moving away from the intended purpose of engagement. Yeah. And I think the intended purpose of engagement is a period of preparation before the marriage, or preparation for the marriage. Yeah. And note what I said. I did not say preparation for the wedding. Because generally, people treat engagement as it is preparation for the wedding. You don't hear about premarital counseling. All you hear is about the wedding decor, the cake, and thing. You don't hear about the premarital, you'll be going, and I personally will positive premarital counseling should be the first thing you do.
First thing.
That should even be done before engagement.
Yeah.
Come now, boy. Come now, boy.
I'm a man of the people. Because people get engaged and then go to counseling.
Yeah.
Which I think
if you find out something off, then
your wedding.
Hey, done pay the photographer. That they done book already. Difficult to cancel that.
Yeah. And then too, I think at that point in time you lose objectivity.
Yeah.
I think if you have to be objective as to asking God whether I should marry this person
Yeah.
or not, before you engage, I would recommend that you do ample preparation to figure out if I want to marry this person, if I want to take this step. And so, I mean, we're not perfect and we're prone to flaws, but the advice we got led Kareina and I to do our premarital counseling. You know, as a matter of fact, let me give them this. Give you all this story.
Wow.
So Kareina and I decided, here what? We've been in a relationship for how long it was?
It's like 3
years. And like, where's this thing going? We already feel how we feel about each other and things are right. So we said, Pastor Horrell, we call him up, we say we want you to talk to us, you know, counsel us to know if we compatible, if we're a match, whatever. So Pastor Horrell, we sat down in that office, that fateful Monday evening in the South Caribbean conference. And he said to us, he said, I don't know what you're telling me about couples counseling. He said, I know about premarital counseling.
Right.
And so he started us on that journey. And it is at the end of that journey, we were able to ask, and do you think, you know, what are your thoughts? You think we're ready for this thing? And he said, and he pointed out to us where we can
Areas to work on.
Yeah, work on this, that, but he said generally.
So question, how long did you all do the counseling for, the time period?
Could have been a couple months.
Yeah,
Okay.
Close to 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's at the end of that, we got the information
What you
about each
needed.
other.
Okay.
Yeah.
We dig deep in the counseling process about each other, likes, dislikes, and we face tough,
Uncomfortable conversations.
uncomfortable
Yeah.
conversations to then come out and then say, yeah, okay. So then the engagement comes after that.
Okay.
Because now we determine we could the next level.
Yeah.
You know? I think if you do that, many persons, and I'm saying this because you're in this space, many persons end up going for counseling for marriage and can't stop to deal with critical issues.
Yeah.
Because the date done set, as you say, photographer done pay.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's kind of like not understanding the purpose of engagement, which is a preparation for marriage. I think it kind of...
The counseling aspect you brought up there as well. I think that you should give, like, counselors should give more power, whoever is given the authority to marry someone. If they say, like, both of you cannot get married, and you all go ahead with that,
Yeah.
listen, when the court meet all, they will pull up guys. But you get advice not to marry. And you bring back this joker here. Now I want to bust up. Okay, no problem. or minus 50-50 everything. But I did not know 50-50 because the teller is not a good match. It's in the records is not a good match, and let's still continue. Yeah.
Our counselors.
Yeah. and I think too, I should have like a mandatory time. Like you complete X amount of hours of counseling before it gets married.
How you gonna stipulate that?
Listen,
Harden people are trying.
One, okay, we give churches, or they have license. Yeah, we giving churches a work. If you'd say I'm not religious, we can come back government office. We'll handle that too as well.
Okay.
Because let me tell you, the bacchanal has happened in divorce court, and who the child had to stay by this weekend, and we solving all that one time.
Yeah.
Or not solving, but you know, preventing it as much as possible.
Yeah.
Now it sounds radical, but
it's
to
not,
save us plenty money in the state.
Yeah.
Carry down the crime rate as
I feel you're
well.
going up for
That's
Minister of Social Development.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Price, I'm
Man of
ready.
the people.
Yeah, man of the people, I got the ground.
David for social. And as we talk about the people are saying, Rashida Edwards is saying, happy Sabbath, you're clear on saying 1 year and a half is the max. After that, you're single. What? Clear? VB saying 1 year. Rashida is saying 1.5 years is good enough. Jasmine is saying anything after 2 years is too much. Right.
All right.
So you get in a kind of
1 to 2 years
Yeah.
time period.
1 to 2 years, okay.
yeah.
So I want to go on to this question because after this question, we're going to take an interview.
Okay.
So David, you would have gone around and we're going to take an interview. One of them that is a little bit sensational. And we're going to take that interview after this question. But the question is that I have here, who generally determines the timeline of how long engagements last?
Now, think is I decide on the man. I think. Yeah, I would be on the side of the man because the man would determine if he's going to get engaged to the woman because he's doing the proposal. right? So I think the man, that timeline will have a lot to do with the man, I think.
Okay.
But you must have an idea of her and how long she probably might want to be engaged for, or how quick she wants to get married as well. So, but I think the ultimate responsibility it would be the man. I'm a reasoning ain't too great, but I think he's the man for now.
Right. Kareina, what do you think? Who generally determines timeline? If things speed up, if things slow.
The man as well.
The man.
Yeah. I have to give more.
No.
I agree with the man.
Okay. So no scenario the woman dictates the pace because the woman planning the wedding, eh?
Yeah, well.
The man
Well, okay.
but the woman planning the wedding.
Okay, let me tell you something. In terms of the timeline, you will dictate the timeline too as well, to a degree.
Yeah.
Depending on.
But should it though? Well, they don't have the money, don't scale it.
Let me tell you,
I hear Red House.
it's not just, right, what determines the timeline, right? So, because it's not just, say timeline for marriage / wedding, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for me, why I say money is, I personally don't think that should get married if they don't have 3 to 6 even me personally. Some people might say, well, we just love each other, and that is not smart, right?
Not enough.
Love is not enough, my friend, right? Not enough. So that is why I think the man will determine that in our society now, because most times, well, not all the time, but most times the man is expected to take care of the financial response or a greater part than the woman. So I would definitely say the man for that case, yeah.
Beautiful. I think, do we have the interview? Yeah, so we're gonna go to that interview now, guys. Take a look. Let us know your comments in the chat. We'll be looking at your comments. Already.
Right, guys. So we have Terry here with us. Terry, how long is too long to be engaged? How long is too long to be engaged?
As long as it takes.
As long as it takes. What about 1 year? 1 year max.
As
2 years.
if it takes
4, 5,
10 years.
Terry, you think a young lady will wait on you 10 years with her engagement ring on she finger?
Yeah, as long as it takes.
That's a lot of confidence there, right, Terry? Why you would say? Why you would say that?
I think because destiny, and you never know what it play out on what it be. It could be that you all get today and then
Right.
you all have done so the big want to have don't make no sense. We could just go in the red house and plan
Okay.
our wedding and get over it.
As long as it takes. So,
Yeah.
that is. Is that real? Want to say, is that honest? Kinda, yeah? 10 years is too, Terry, that is too long.
That's what I say.
It's
As long
supposed to
as
be
it takes.
objective. Like too long. If you do it for 10, we might fight. Now, I mightn't fight you, but 10 years is too long. I'm fine.
Yeah, but if in that 10 years I treating she good,
Right?
I provided all her wants.
We're just married one time.
But for all we are ready.
Not ready? How long she taking? Anyway, all right.
That's what I'm saying.
Let me know quarrel with the interview. Right, so good day everyone. We are from the Merge family and we're going around asking the question, how long is long enough? How long to be engaged? Hi guys, we back.
So the individual says just unlimited time.
As long as it takes.
As
it
As long as it takes.
Sound like a
David?
good slogan for something, you know. I don't know what it is, some kind of ad, yeah. As long as it.
As long as it takes.
So when I was interviewing Terry, he said 10, as long as it takes. So I kind of forced him, tell my time.
yeah.
Say 10 years. You don't think that's extreme or that is just like casual, 10 years, Has she waiting there 10 years? Don't worry, love. Year 5. Yeah, 10 years. Come on. I
With
love
a ring
you.
on your finger.
Yeah, don't worry, come on now.
understand?
Enough for tomorrow, your next engagement.
You grow out of
You grow out time, don't worry, we'll fix that.
I think that's a good litmus test. You should never have the amount of time to be able to outgrow your engagement ring. If you outgrow your engagement ring, it's time to get married.
If it's getting too tight, it's time to get married.
Yeah, no, I think, I mean, everybody has their path to walk in life, and I will never force my or impute my beliefs upon an individual. But from where I sit, I think that's ridiculous. For me,
Lord of the Rings.
if Lord of the Rings, you just giving out, sharing out ring for kicks. For me, I don't think that there's any good reason. I personally don't think that it have any good reason to remain engaged to somebody for 10 years. I don't think it have a good reason. I mean, you all in the chat could try to find a good reason.
So here this man. Well, I was just looking online and stuff, and they say, you know, if your engagement is longer than some people's marriage, you have to try and see what's going on. You understand? But Sabrina Nichols is saying both individuals in a relationship should have a mature conversation and come to a mutual agreement. If you're not mature to do that, then you're not mature to get married.
But what if they're engaged and the woman just like, yeah, I not rushing you. When you're ready, I'm ready. What if she just cool and calm with it?
Well,
who are we to say, well, boy, you should marry one time? The two of them comfortable being engaged for 9-10 years and things going good.
Well, then they're abusing the whole role of engagement.
Yeah.
And to me, that there's no court or nobody, no entity that could come and stop them from doing it.
Right.
But I think being wise and having education and information says you're abusing the whole purpose of engagement. Now, I don't understand too that when somebody engaged, it is, some people figure they've done married already. You know?
Yeah.
You put a ring on her finger, that is your person, and these things don't lead oftentimes at this length to better morality, you know.
Yeah.
It don't lead to better moral decisions.
In that time
you know.
span.
Yeah, 10 years.
Yeah.
And you already claim this emotionally as your own by putting a ring on it. Come now, man, behave yourself. I think, personally, I have a young daughter coming up. If you come on my daughter and you with my daughter for 10 years, I think...
No, that's not possible.
Father have a...
Sorry.
You do?
No, that's not possible.
You have a brother?
I have a young daughter.
Yeah. 10 years.
No, you
as I say, there's no good
that's
reason.
not 1 year. No.
You could be sick. You understand? Okay, well, put off the wedding.
Somebody said 10 years equals too long for a woman's biological clock. That's Shireen Abraham is saying that.
I agree with you, Gil. Your biological clock ticking 10 years. And I mean, I'm not treating it lightly because there are some people who may be engaged for 10 years, right?
Dion saying, imagine having an anniversary for your engagement.
A 10-year anniversary.
10-year anniversary engagement, yeah, that's crazy.
Well, you're making this thing a laughing joke now, eh?
It will be a joke because I probably might clung, yeah.
But you know it have some
Yeah, David will tell you.
I will clung, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
if you're David friend and engaged
you
for 10 years,
advertising for Anton's June or something.
this ring on your hand so
You know,
long.
some people it's a sensitive topic, eh?
Yeah, I
Because,
appreciate that.
you know, some people...
Well, guys,
No, but some people in Trinidad and Tobago, right? I saw the saying that, you know, marriage is respected and stuff like that. We're not afraid of commitment, you know. We're just afraid of legalizing the commitment. So it have people in common law relationship and thing, and you're just afraid of legalizing the commitment.
Because I guess they don't want the government in the business,
That's
for
what
lack of
people
a
always
better
say,
term.
but I don't understand that.
I guess you had to ask. It would be
don't
good
know.
to get somebody who is a common law relationship to get a perspective of why they think that.
But the government in your business, the government
common
in your
law
business.
relationship.
You have a banker, you have an ID, you have a driver's license, what else?
So
You
I
have a
think
passport, the government
I
in your
think
business.
they probably thinking about it from the perspective of if things break up, they probably mightn't have to go through the court system, which they probably might have to anywhere, depending on the time span that you're living together.
Yeah.
I don't know if it have any legal minds in the chat, but I think after a certain amount of time being in a common law relationship, you get some kind of rights from marriage to a degree.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So in other words,
I think I heard about
whether
that.
you're married or you're common law, the government still have a say.
They're in your business.
Yeah. Even if you die, the government has a say. So you can't get away from it. But
Yeah.
I mean, going back to where we started, it's like, I think 10 years is too long. Definitely, it should never be unlimited, and there's absolutely no good reason. I don't buy the talk about getting yourself together financially, getting those things together. I don't believe that there's ever a perfect moment to do anything. I think the best time to do most things is now. Like, I mean, as soon as you can. Because the reality of it is that when I decided to engage Kareina, I got some sage advice from Rosalind Hazelwood, Sister Hazelwood, a good friend of ours. And she told me that. She said, she didn't know you're waiting for to marry the girl. I say, well, I'm doing this, you know, we doing such, and I didn't tell her all the only world wide with my business.
Don't tell nobody.
Right? But we are doing certain things, and I'm making certain preparations. And she told me very clearly, she says, let me tell you something. She sat me down, she told me, there's never a perfect time. You're waiting for this one to finish the school, to do the masters, and you're waiting for this to happen. There's never a perfect time. And so somebody might make the argument, well, I was waiting to finish school to then go and get married. So when you finish school, you don't plan to go back to school. So you'll never be, so nobody doing the masters or the PhD in the family. Nobody, right? So you will never be married and have an education. So, you know, you have to really weigh certain things. And I'm not saying that you can't wait till the end of school, but what I'm saying is that those should not be used as excuses to unduly delay your engagement into 4, 5, 6, and 9, and 10 years.
And that's an excuse people use for plenty things too, like, are we on the perfect time to start the business? You know, COVID hit, so as soon as COVID done, I'm going to start. Oh, my COVID done, bro. COVID done about 6 years now. Where's this business proposal, sir? So I think plenty of times persons use that and waiting for the perfect time.
Nice.
I guess for me, whatever decisions I make it with I make this decision with the information that I have now.
Right.
I try to make the best decision with the information I have now and try not to overthink whatever it is. Like, what good things could happen, bad things could happen. Doing anything is a risk. Getting married is a risk. Crossing the road is a risk, as we saw this week. Anything is a risk.
Yeah,
so you just need to calculate it as best as possible and get the best advice from people around you. Because you wouldn't know every single thing for yourself. Right, but get the experts, whoever the experts might be in the field of marriage, a counselor, however, to make the best decision. Yeah,
beautiful. So go ahead. We're gonna take some
people in chat.
At the chat, and then we're gonna ask the last question before we go to the break.
So Jasmine is saying also a long engagement is indicative of deeper issues in the relationship.
Come on, man, Jasmine.
Yeah. Aveline Bernard is saying, have mercy, Lord. VB is saying, we were friends for 7 years, got engaged for 1 year, and we're now married 29 years. And Sabrina Nichols, hot in the chat, when people are living in a particular lifestyle, such as common law relationships, marriage isn't rushed because they already live in the lifestyle. There's always an excuse not to. So,
why buy the cow?
When you get the milk for free.
The milk for free. So, you know, so it goes to the last question for us here, teasing out the issue. Is there a point in time where the woman should give the man an ultimatum? What are your thoughts on that? Those all ladies, I want to hear from you all. What point in time should the woman give a man an ultimatum, and at what point in time do you think that ultimatum should be given? What
ultimatum are you talking about? In a relationship? For a period of time before you get engaged? Or
you're engaged. And the man engaged you. Right. 2 years pass, 3 years pass. At what point in time do you give him an ultimatum? Do you give him one? And
I have something to say on that.
Let me hear you, because I really want the woman's but I want the women's perspective.
All right. So here, I'm put on my phone. So here what I have to say to that.
Lose yourself.
The phone is down.
This is what I think. It's 2 people getting married, right? Let me talk to 2 people getting married. I find I'm coming up a little aggressive. 2 people.
Aggression is good on YouTube, good.
Yeah, good. I was like
it. The man and the woman is getting married. Yes, the man has proposed, but it's a unit that they are forming now. So I would think that some discussion would have been had prior to the engagement if we are going about it that way that we ideally say that we are going about it. You know, you would have had a premarital counseling, and the engagement happens because you are moving together on a certain trajectory towards marriage. Not a surprise. Oh gosh, she engaged. We never talked about marriage before, and all of a sudden we engage. And I don't have an input on when we get married. I don't think that is the best situation. I think if we work in with the ideal here, and y'all would have supposed to have a conversation about it at least right after the engagement, whenever start talking about when a prospective date can be, how finance, what is the budget for the wedding, and you know, start putting things in place. Then you need to start a timeline. If you didn't talk about it before engagement, talk about the timeline very close after the engagement period, so we can know we're working it.
So scenario.
Now you get the scenario.
You have spoken to him about it. You want to put the things in place.
No, we haven't spoken to him about it. We having a discussion about it.
And you had the discussion, but it was by yourself. In other words, you were speaking, he was listening. Right? And you said that you want to, by the end of this month, book this place, and I want you to go in the bank and do this transaction, and it just never happening. And 6 months pass, a year has passed.
You do premarital counseling already?
You did premarital counseling already.
I call any counselor.
So then you give it an ultimatum.
Yeah, for sure. No,
You know, you rushing the man?
No, nothing should be a secret now, no, because everybody know we already engaged and going towards marriage. A marriage date is imminent, it is sure, and it is coming. Because if I did premarital counseling, I am now engaged. The next thing is, when is the wedding? That is the only logical question to ask. When is the wedding? It don't even have to be a where is the wedding. When is the wedding?
So it's a smart way. It's a smart way of giving out. It's a smart way of giving out ultimatum then.
Yeah, when is the wedding?
Also, you could have bullied the man into marriage then. You could have been like,
he asked me.
And
I say yes.
I tell you
He asked me. I agree. I acceded to his proposal. I accepted.
But you realize after that he's dragging his foot.
No, something is wrong.
Yeah, you realize that. So at what point in time do you give that ultimatum?
I talking to you one time, and if I see things happening, like I mean, I can't tell the people. And I know what I will do.
Can you not tell them? People want to know. People.
Yeah, that's how she feels to mash up.
I can't.
You're dread. No, if you're dread, we all don't know.
No dread. Come on.
No,
sometimes they need to be ruthless when you're doing stuff that's important.
So I think it's a serious thing. You find out what is the budget, when is the wedding. My important thing is when is the wedding, and I am finding that out.
I told you I will let you know as soon as I'm expecting a promotion.
No.
And I'm really focused on this. Right now they call me out. I'm on call for the next 2 weeks.
No.
I'll let you know after that.
No. So
no, Kareina. You don't care about that. Okay.
We need to know. To me,
some people are very good at giving good excuses.
No, I want to know, is it both of us paying for the wedding? Because I know sometimes that's how it is go, right? With regards to the woman will take, if it's the woman taking care of the food, or the man taking care of the food, the woman taking care of whatever, we go in, both of us invested in this now. So you can't have me waiting. Forever. We need to know. In my opinion, this is my opinion, don't engage me if you don't have a date. Don't engage me if you don't
have a date in mind.
So like that, she said it, but she not saying it to
Don't engage.
She giving the ultimatum.
Yeah.
It's either you have a date and you're working towards that date, or
so Kareina, you think even before you and this person get engaged, you probably should say that all the bat one time.
Yeah. So
that shouldn't even happen after the engagement. Before you even think about doing it, you know, hey, once I engage with Kareina, she want a date.
She's a sharpshooter.
Yeah. So interesting. Like, I don't even know. We can tell people, like, all right, basically, Jayden and I, before we were engaged, we already know what date we were going to get married. Because we did premarital counseling before engagement, right? We knew the date, and the venue was, I think the venue was booked. Was it booked before we got married?
Yeah.
I'm not married, sorry.
Engaged.
It was booked before we got, I think,
Yeah,
it was booked before we got engaged. And we were time when I was going to, I knew when I was going to get married. It's just the engagement, I didn't know when it was going to happen.
Right.
So I meant to tell people,
Yeah.
But I mean, our immediate family knew that we were
So
proceeding.
it was
towards
like a
marriage and
natural
stuff.
progression because
Yeah.
the relationship is building in intensity.
Right.
And then you decide, hey, what, we're going to go and get counseling because we need to know if
Yeah.
to make this step. And as the intensity grows, we got the information, finished the counseling, and it was like, all right. And so we're going to get married.
Yeah.
This is going to be the date. Let's look at these things. But we did not really do it typical in that we weren't engaged yet. So I remember Kareina telling me, Jayden, I want to engagement fast so I can tell my family.
No, like outside of my parents.
Because
and-
we were booking stuff, doing stuff,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
in preparation for marriage. But there was no official engagement. So,
Yeah.
you know, family who had to fly in and that kind of thing. She
Yeah.
wanted me to make it official so she could tell people,
Yeah.
etc. So, you know, it kind of goes back to how she is in terms of, and how we are in terms of
Yeah.
having this set and working towards this.
But everybody is not me, so the views of this program is just this is just the views of Kareina.
Yeah.
And but I want to say there. Sorry.
Let's take some
People-
persons online in terms
so
of that
Sabrina
question
said
and then let's wrap it up.
That they're all making sense. So she wants to know what David waiting for, right?
Sabrina, let me tell you something, eh? Let me tell you something. I
me
cannot tell you something, right? I cannot tell you something.
Dion is saying, yes, especially if engagement going on for more than 2 years, don't keep me back from finding the love of my life.
Dear, you have no patience. Dear, you have no patience.
Shireen is agreeing with calling the counselor because they themselves asked, what date do you have in
Sure, you
mind?
like bacchanal.
And Jasmine is coming in saying, no, I don't think an ultimatum should be laid out. However, maybe they should consult a professional to know what is the deeper issues. Jasmine coming in with the deeper issues,
Deeper
right?
issues.
They have deeper issues in this relationship. Something little.
That need to be discussed.
Well, yeah, we
Yeah.
put it in the time.
We hot.
Yeah.
The topic hot. And so we're going to encourage you to share. We're going to a short intermission. When we come back, our guru is none other than Pastor Peter Morris. Yes, the family life man himself. He's going to come and share with us on this topic. How long is
Too long.
too long to be engaged? But first, we have some announcements. Yeah?
Yeah, Karina. She pulling it up, guys. Stay tuned, stay tuned.
So, I mean, and it'll come up on the screen. Thanks to Joseph, our AV extraordinaire. We have an upcoming program happening in May, from the 1st to the 3rd of May 2026, and it's being put on by Training Youth Leadership NGO, and the name of this is The Art of Marriage, Building Unbreakable Bonds, by the international speaker himself, Pastor Snell. Now, this will be happening at the Paria Suites Hotel, and early bird registration. There's a special price for early bird registration, and if you want more information on The Art of Marriage 2, I believe, The Art of Marriage 2 with Pastor Snell, you can call 759-1868. That number again is 759-1868. The Art of Marriage 2 with Pastor Snell. May 1st to the 3rd, 2026. Be there. You don't want to miss it. The Art of Marriage 2, Building Unbreakable Bonds. And I hope... You going?
Yeah. Well, so we got a short commercial break. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Switch.
Yeah, faster.
You
just
the internet dropping. Around what time? Like 2 megabits per second.
Oh boy. So it's the internet.
Should we come off?
Potentially.
I wonder if we should come off of our devices.
Yeah, you think we should do that?
Let me come off.
Yeah. But I had to stay on. I stay on just to make sure.
Yeah.
You don't think?
I want 59% of the free being dropped.
59? Jeez.
Yeah, but the audio is coming through speed and dropping between to like 3,000.
Okay.
And maybe a bit better. But yeah. This is the second loop, so we can go back into it.
Okay.
But for sure,
The
yeah.
hymns. Send me the mic. Thanks for telling us that you're hearing us. And we are back, and we have our pastor, our guru, Pastor Peter Morris, joining us here. We're so happy to have you, Pastor.
Thank you very kindly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Thank you. So persons are calling us to tell us.
Tell him again.
Yeah, it's unmuted now. You're hearing us now?
Let us know. Check.
You say what all you're saying? Thanks, all you. You hearing us now? Let us know.
Tell him again.
Alright, so as Jayden was saying, Jayden, tell the people what you were saying.
As we were saying, we do have the option to do these videos, pre-record them and post them. But we really value having a community and a live conversation with you all to hear your views. And so we thrive on that interaction. So we promise as long as you all continue to support this channel, we're going to continue to try to make these things as seamless. It's a lot, trust me, it's a lot easier to edit out all of this stuff when you're live than going live. But we want that live interaction. We want to build this community with you all together. We love you all, and we want to do this together. So you all keep supporting. We'll keep doing. We'll work on the little glitches, the little audio glitches, the little stuff dropping. Yeah. Many of you all would have heard, maybe you all heard Joseph in the background talking just now, saying that 59% of our frame rates are dropping, and the internet is fluctuating, and that kind of thing. But we appreciate your all support. And I mean, at this point in time, I still want to shout out those who would really not just support by their viewership, but there have been persons who came forward and sponsored items for us. Things that we require, things that we need, and to you all we say, we give you eternal thanks. Yeah. So, we are here. Good evening, Pastor.
Good evening.
Good evening. We're sorry that you had to come into all the turbulence. But we're happy to have you on the podcast, on the Merge podcast nonetheless. So we're dealing with the topic this evening, how long is too long to be engaged? And just out the jump, we want to get your perspective. You were in studio hearing persons talk about who say 2 years, who say as long as it takes. What does our guru have to say on the matter?
I think every situation, 2 years is quite a long time. And every couple dealing with their maturity, dealing with their circumstances vary from person to person. Because here it is, let me give you two experiences. Here it was that these were more senior people. They were, and they wanted to be married, they were engaged. So that they contacted me and I thought, okay, they put up their bands. And therefore, during the time, they bring the bands for me to get the document put together. So it was about a month after. I thought they were more on the senior side. And they came to my home to deliver the bands. And the question was, could we get married now?
Wow.
Oh wow, they wanted it one time.
One time. Fortunately, I had some guests at our home. Fortunately, and the wedding was done right there.
Wow.
Yeah, we did the wedding right there. They were senior already, so
Yes.
it wasn't young people now getting into. Both of them had previous relationships. I think that their partners have died,
Okay.
and you know that they could have been in their late 40s, somewhere
Yes.
around there, and the marriage was done
So right there
in
your living room.
at my home.
He did not say in his living room.
I don't put some
Yeah, the
images in
marriage
my
was
mind,
done.
yeah. Nice.
So that again, here's another situation. Now, the gentleman, he really loved the girl. He wanted to marry to her, but he was afraid of marriage.
Okay.
For whatever reason, a number of excuses. So she came to me and she told me about the situation. And he said, well, she was getting weary and tired of him not making a decision. And she asked her what to do. I said, you sure that he loves you? You sure he wants to marry? He said, yes. I said, okay, you have to bite the bullet. You give him an ultimatum. If by such and such a time this relationship is ended, because I cannot continue just waiting and you're just afraid to make a commitment. And he was determined that he's not going to lose her. They are married now.
Praise God.
The marriage was already, and they were married. He really made up his mind because he did not want to lose her. She was the one that was going through the stress because, okay, this relationship is going on for too long. We know that we care about each other. He told me that in so many ways, but just couldn't make up his mind to be married. So that there are different people, different situations, different individuals, and depending on the maturity of the individuals too. Young people now getting into marriage, you need time, work with them, help them to understand. Once they have made up their mind to become serious enough, they are no longer boyfriend, girlfriend, they have made up their mind that they are about to be married, then well, at least normally that's where where I started counseling. The counseling helps them in their determining, okay, are you sure that this is the person you want to be married to? There are other cases where individuals have mentioned, listen, I know this is the person, God has already given me clear indicators that this is the person I want to be married to, so that there is no question about their staying together. The problem now, or the question was, relate at least in the counseling. And so that the counseling starts, they are already committed to each other, that they believe, quite even right now, there's a couple I'm dealing with. They are convinced that because they have been praying for a while about the matter, and the way that they met, they are convinced that this is God who brought them together. So that the counseling also helped them to deal with the various differences that you'll meet between the two of them, and how to deal with the many differences that they are going to on the journey. So therefore, in a case like that, there are a number of factors that will be considered. Are you financially able to maintain a wife? Or is it that both of you are working and you can maintain your home? Are you going to be living, renting, or do you have a home of your own? So there are a number of factors that will be brought before them to determine whether or not they're ready for making that full commitment, because it's no longer mommy and daddy. You are getting on your own, you are making a decision to be on your own, you are leaving mommy and daddy to be your own man and your own woman. So therefore, all of these factors are brought into play, and therefore it determines whether or not the marriage is pushed back or we are ready to go, because all the other things are in place. So therefore, in such a case, counseling, a few months, give them some of the things that they think that that is needed to help them through. If there will be challenges. There's no marriage that will not have challenges, because we are two strangers getting married. We have our homes are two different homes we came from, so that there are a number of dealings that we have to explain to them, that you are marrying to a stranger, and therefore you need to understand the person that you are getting married to. And so the counseling does that. But as far as their commitment to each other and their decision to be married, these are the other factors that you look at. And they're ready, we are ready to go, we have a home of our own already, we are both working, and therefore such a date for the wedding should not be too difficult. Yeah. The challenge would be the counseling time and understanding what you're getting involved in.
I have a question, and I'm going to give you a scenario before I ask the question. For me, one of the most scary, and I use that word loosely, times of my life was the day I was going to get engaged. I was very confident on our wedding day. It was a happy day for me. But the day of engagement, because I think for me, that was the day I was making the decision, not the wedding day really. The engagement days, that's the day I was making the decision. I'm going to do this. And so my brother would tell me, say, what's going on with you? Because I grew up your whole life, especially being churched. You grew up with how important this and sacred this marriage thing is. And you don't want to mess up. It's an important decision, and this is time I'm making this decision. Cold feet, talking about cold feet. Is there any space for cold feet being a reason for somebody taking 5 and 6 years?
Put on some socks.
I don't think, generally, I think the woman is the one oftentimes who feel the pressure of having to wait this period of time. The man is a little more carefree and think that anytime. I believe that no woman should allow herself to be stressed out like that through that period where you are there, you're taking me for a ride. If you're serious about our relationship and all the things are in place for us to make a full commitment and you're delaying 5, 6 years going on, then you're wasting my time. And you're preventing me from moving on life. I'm getting, especially the woman, she is getting older because more and more after you cross a certain age, there are a number of physical factors that come into play. Do we want children? Are we going to? So there are a number of factors. So oftentimes I think the woman is the one that is under pressure. And there are cases too where, again, I have come across where they have made up their minds that they want to be married, but they have already pledged, we do not want any children. So that wasn't a pressure to say that, my time of bearing is running low. So that was not the pressure that was on her. And so that she was prepared, but the gentleman was ready to go. And so that there was no delay in getting the thing done. But let's say in the other case where a woman is seeing that the time clock is clicking and she knows that this is a relationship really going on for quite a while. And she cannot understand why he's not making a decision. So that again, our society has changed, and I also counsel some women, you take the step. You put the pressure on him. If you are convinced that this man is the one that you want to spend your life with, if you are satisfied that all the things, the dots and but you are seeing things that you know that you cannot live with, why are you staying in the relationship? Get out of it. But if you are satisfied that the things you are understanding and what have happened over the year of your boyfriend and girlfriend, and you feel that this is going to be a lasting relationship and he's delaying, you put the pressure on.
So
the woman oftentimes can cause things to happen if she put the pressure on.
And that's important because the follow-up question to that would be, at one point in time, should she determine, because she's putting pressure on him to get married because he would have made some statement of commitment. But I think that his nonchalance, indifference, or delay in this regard tells something about him or where he is mentally concerning the relationship. Should she force him then to get married, or should she just step away from it altogether?
Okay, let's deal with what are the reasons? If there are logical reasons, okay, let me give you a typical one. Another couple again. Here it is. This couple have been going around for a little while. The gentleman the date was set for the wedding, and the date was after I finished building the house. So that is the date.
Wow. I hope he wasn't started from foundation.
The house was already started, and but again, there are a number of factors that building a house could cause any amount of number of factors.
Yeah.
So that
Wow.
we were counseling. So that I said to him, I said, listen, one, both of you are Christians, Seventh-day Adventists, and there are certain expectations as this relationship is growing thicker. More than that, there is already a cry that people are hearing that you two are too close, and they are getting suspicious of what could be happening. At what time do you think your house will be finished? And he couldn't give a determination. I said, okay, you are working, the young lady is working, both of you are senior enough to be married, you are determined that you're going to spend your time together. Let's bring up the wedding. Let's get the date going. And more than that, the family was prepared to rally around them and to get the wedding done. Within that year, he was married.
Praise God.
The house is not finished yet.
Well, yeah.
All of now, they would have been still waiting.
Yeah.
And do you think about it? We have ideals in our mind, and it's good to have ideals. It's good to aim high, but we shouldn't let some things like this delay us.
And there are a number of factors you're looking at.
Yeah.
What could happen between that period of time that can bring dishonor rather than honor? Marriage is an honorable thing. You have a holy environment that you want to maintain. Young people, you want to set a pattern for others to follow. So there are a number of things that we spoke about. And therefore, they understood clearly that if this relationship should just be hanging around for an uncertain period of time, because, as you said, all well and good to want to have your own home. That's all good in place. Yeah. But not under the condition at which you are setting, because this young lady is waiting on you, hoping that the building will be finished in a certain time. As I said today, up to now, that house is not yet finished. But they're married. And they're doing well. You see? So that there are a number of factors that must be considered when you're dealing with the holistic experience of marriage.
As we're looking at those factors, I just want to circle back in your advice in terms of to a young couple getting married, and the girl, she's putting pressure on the guy to get this date. At what point in time would you advise her that, because she doesn't want to end up in a position where she forced the man to get married? He really wasn't ready, and she forced it. At what point in time you tell her, all right, you did enough, you had to make a decision now?
First, we need to get to understand why. What is the why? If it is that there is no logical reason that he can give you why he's not yet ready, then are you really the special one?
Yeah.
That's the question I need to ask.
Yeah.
How much do you treasure me? How much do you consider me to be the person that you think you really want to spend the rest of your life with? So that those are the questions that need to answer, and especially if they start coming for counseling, you start to get to the bottom of it. Are there things that you are uncertain about? So that if it is that you are seeing things that you are a little bit afraid of, then let's talk to it. And you raise the matters. So sometimes you have them, you talk to them one-on-one. So that you pull the gentleman aside and you talk to him one-on-one. So that now, here is this, okay, this is the reason why you're not yet ready. Are you ready to open this and to talk to this matter openly? Because if you have to be a man and you have to deal with issues, you must be able to talk to issues openly to the person to whom you're planning to spend the rest of your life with. If there can be no logical reason, then, like I mentioned, the gentleman, he was just afraid of marriage.
Right.
So therefore, in that case, when she knows how to turn up the screw, and she must know how to turn up the screw. Not every man will respond to everything that you do.
Yeah.
She knew exactly what was to be done to cause him to make the decision. And he did. So that all of that in the counseling, you're trying to draw them out to understand what really is the problem, why it is. Is it that he's seeing something that he's afraid of? It could be that he grew up in a home where he saw certain behavior patterns, that the home wasn't quite a good home where he grew up, and he's seeing similar patterns in the girl with whom he's about to be married, and he's not yet ready to tell her that. So there are triggers. Certain behaviors that are triggering, and he's seeing certain things that is causing him to be more fearful.
Yeah.
Am I going to get back into the same home that I ran away from?
Yeah.
And so therefore, getting over those hurdles, dealing with the issues, once they're ready to talk to the issues, then you can help them through to make decisions. Or you can help them decide, wrong road. It's better you go your separate ways, because you're going to be hurting each other for the rest of your life. So that all of these are the factors. So it's not a cut and dry something.
Okay.
And the maturity, and if it's young people now getting into the you spend time with them. If they're more senior people, at different levels. So right now I have 3 couples dealing with. And of the 3 couples, one I see that is, they're ready in the morning, I'll marry them. The other 2, I'll want to give them a little more time, a lot more time. Because you can understand they are not yet fully understanding what they're getting involved in.
Right.
You see, so that different maturity, different things, you talk to different things, and they get to understand, you know.
So looking at how long is, under the topic, how long is too long to be engaged? You bring the young man into counseling, and he has some deep-seated psychological issues that you're counseling through. How long do you counsel this guy while being engaged before you say, hey, what? Let this young lady go free, you know, or do you just hope to resolve his individual issues within the context of engagement?
Maturity determines that.
Okay.
So that here it is that you discover certain things and you talk them through it, and oftentimes you see adjustments. There's an aha moment. I never understood that fully.
Okay.
So that here it is, they are now understanding that this is, you're building into a relationship, and don't expect that the girl to be your mommy or to be like your sisters. She's a stranger to you, and vice versa. So therefore you are exposing them to different scenarios that will help them to know that these are areas that can be adjusted, that you can deal with. If you're mature enough and your understanding of this marriage journey is sufficient, as you go along, not all marriages go through the same period of adjustments. Some take longer to get bonded. Some, there are so many things in common that they're good to go. And there are others, I can see that they are going to have challenges. But even as they work together in building their relationship, their journey becomes stronger with each passing day. So they are not going to separate, but they will just have more challenges. And the more the challenges are, and the stronger as often as they get over it, the stronger the bond.
Right.
Because you find after a period of time, they are so bonded together that they're happy that they have already made that kind of decision. And there are others, even from as I said, the 3 couples, one of them, they're ready to run. The other 2 need some time. There are issues, they need some time. And so that you can see they are responding nicely, you know, that the adjustment, the understanding that, okay, this is not a walk in the park, it's something that you have to work on, and the adjustments are coming. So you see that they are working on certain things. You get in when they come back and you hear them talk. Sometimes you watch them, and oftentimes that's why I want to do. I avoid as much as possible to do online counseling. Okay. Because you want to interact, you want to see them, you want to hear sometimes their facial expression. When you talk them through, you see their different responses. So you know that here is a problem. And sometimes you're hitting a nail, and you can get the aha moment. That's something you are talking to them about certain issues that they have been talking or they've been dealing with. And it happened that they said that, just this week we have been talking about this thing. This issue came up with both of us. We have been debating this thing, and look, you're coming talking about it now. So that here it is, you're giving them guidance, so that you can see that they are making adjustments, they are having issues, but they are finding solutions.
Okay.
And that's what makes the thing sweet. That's what makes it. Yeah.
Okay. So how many years now you have been in the counseling space?
Well,
a wealth of experience here.
I've done over 250 weddings.
Wow. and I kid you not, in the chat, Mrs. Nichols is saying the best advice coming from the best guru. Great marriage counselor. She says, miss you dearly, Pastor.
Oh yeah, that's my good friend. That's my good friend.
And you know, something that, I don't know if you subscribe to this, but telling the people who you counsel and stuff and when they engage, a longer engagement period means, or it could mean, more temptation.
Oh yes, oh,
and more frustration.
It is.
And actually, an extended engagement without progress can actually weaken spiritual discipline instead of strengthen it. Is that accurate to say?
It is. Okay. Why am I getting married? You have come to the point of a maturity. You have come to the point where God did not take away our desires.
Right.
That's why they placed them there. It's what pushes us to want to be married.
Yes.
And therefore, if we are that close to each other and we are sharing these special moments together, then you're giving opportunity for the enemy to cause you to do things that you didn't want to do. And then your conscience trouble you for a long time. So therefore, while it must not be because of that I want to be married, because there are other factors.
Yeah.
But if it is, we have already come to the point where we understand each other, we love each other dearly, we feel that we are certain that there are enough going between us to make a happy couple, but you want to delay, you keep delaying the thing. You are saying to yourself, as you said, sometimes people feel that after engagement that they are really married. And they cross some sacred lines. And if these lines are crossed too regularly, it put a strain into the marriage itself, because you see, our human mind has a way of playing games on us. And even within the marriage itself, you start to have that blessing that you're supposed to get in the relationship. While God might be willing to bestow it, your mind may not always be willing to accept it.
All right.
Because you have already crossed, your conscience have already been disturbed, because you know, this is what I expected to live by. I did not live up to it, and now I'm taking this step, and now I have to deal with some issues that it's beyond me sometimes. And God's grace is able to do it, but it put a lot more strain on us, because we cross some sacred line that we know we ought not to have crossed, and we keep delaying, and sometimes you get comfortable in crossing the lines because of the delay, and that's what sometimes the problem is. You see, so.
What would you say are some of the things that a couple should be engaging in during the engagement? So what are some of the things they should be doing?
Beautiful. Engagement is the time to get to understand each other, to build your communication skills, build your social interaction, where you go together, you start planning now. That's the time of your planning. What do we see, or where do we see ourselves in the next 3 years, the next 4 years, the next 5 years? So that it is one of talking through. You're already looking into the piercing into the future. Okay, here it is. Another typical one. We are both pursuing higher education. We want to be married, and therefore, okay, this is the situation. How could we handle that? And because you look at all your financial situations, you look at the total package. And therefore, can we handle this? Are we yet at the stage where we can handle a marriage? And they depend on the maturity of the people again. So, okay, listen, this is where we are. Let's plan it out, and okay, so that you are doing X, you're going to pursue that, so that here's how we're going to work it out. So that you're planning out how we're going to pursue the goals that we have in mind. So that, am I going to delay? Because oftentimes you have to guide them in that area too. Because oftentimes you want to do certain things after marriage that never happened. Because baby come. So that all of these, you're planning your family. You're planning out your life. So therefore, Okay, I am almost ready to finish. We have 2 more years in school. Okay, we're going to get married at this stage. This is what's going to happen so that we can still be married. And then each one of us understand what we are aiming at and we help each other to achieve it.
Yeah.
So within the marriage, you're working, that's what engagement does, that's what your planning does. So that during the stage of your engagement, you are planning out what do you see? How do you see yourself down the road?
Yeah.
And what are the things we need to put in place to ensure that tomorrow, that when we get married, we can still achieve our goals together.
Yeah.
And then that's what my engagement does.
And I like that response because I think there are certain things that should be done during the engagement period in terms of preparation that should not have been done, or even topics that should not have been discussed prior to the engagement. That's my perspective, in terms of there are certain sacred topics, of sexuality and different things like that, touchy topics that are really, in my mind, should be ideally done within the engagement period and not prior to that.
Definitely.
Your boyfriend and girlfriend, you meet and you're in a relationship for 6 months and you want to tell them all your intimate details about your family and your father history, your mother, all your family business out there is a girl you're with for 2 years. No, I think you wait for the engagement and then those specific things, maybe family traumas that you think is important to share. Well, when I was growing up, I saw this happen, whatever. I never told anybody, but we're at a stage now. So I think the engagement period has deeper disclosure than any other phase of the relationship.
And one of the things that
deeper and necessary disclosure that should be done before the wedding.
One of the things I try to get couples during the engagement, now that we are determined or we are sure that this is where we want to go, are you comfortable to make disclosures to me or to each other that you are hesitant to share with other people? Are you comfortable enough to self-disclose the uncomfortable things of your life? And until they can reach to that place where they can communicate effectively on these matters, I often would say you're not yet ready for marriage. Because if the thing that is in the closet that you are ashamed of, or you are, may not be necessarily ashamed, but
you hold it close to your chest.
Yeah. And this is the person you are planning to spend the rest of your life with. Can I be your best friend? Can we talk these things without feeling condemned or feeling uncomfortable or feeling ashamed of? You are my friend, we are going to spend our time together, and my self-disclosure must be the one to whom I can get the greatest support from. We are friends. And that's what couples must reach to the place where they can become so good friends that they can share. And during the courtship, that's what happens. That after engagement, we be looking at these things, we can talk these things, and we are comfortable with it because you will not embarrass me. You will not throw it back in my face because you are going to be my greatest helper and supporter and builder, because this is the journey we are going to be taking together. And it's one of the high points in dealing in my counseling with young people, with at least anybody, because that is an important element. Because if there are things that you kept close to your chest, and then somewhere within the marriage, it pops up, and it becomes an embarrassment, it becomes more difficult to deal with. You kept that from me all the time, and we were going so good, and you never... So that there are certain levels of self-disclosure that are necessary to be able to talk through comfortably that must be experienced, especially after engagement.
Yeah. And I like that angle. And we're beginning to wrap up. You'll take some of the online comments before we wrap up. But, I think that because relationships have stages, like everything in life has stages. Relationships also have stages. We don't necessarily always are able to readily recognize them, but they go through so naturally. I think that some level of disclosure happens at every stage, but the stage should determine what level of disclosure you should be sharing. So you should never be in a casual friendship with somebody
Not at all.
and disclosing sexual facts
It's not a
about
safe-
each other.
it's
You know,
not a safe
what you
thing.
did with this person. No,
It's
no,
not.
no.
And even, okay, I also want to even take it a step further. There is something also that where it's me and God alone.
Yeah.
Why must I say certain things to you when it is only between I and God alone who knows? So that because each one of us have a personal accountability to God. So that if my self-disclosure is going to cause you to weaken your journey with God, why must I ever tell you that? Or tell anybody for that matter. You see? So there are things that are dear to you that is between you and your God alone. But there is also the second stage where it is between my spouse and me. That there are things we have to talk about that I may not have been able to talk to anybody else about.
Yeah.
You see? So that at different stages, there are
Yes.
different things that we can, as you rightly said, we are boyfriend and girlfriend. There are certain things I don't think I have to tell you.
Yeah.
We have now
And I
crossed
think,
over.
Yeah, and I think if you ask me at that stage, it's inappropriate. So if we are just boyfriend and girlfriend, we just got together, and you want to ask me how much money I have in my bank account,
Right.
or if my father leaving that property for me.
All right.
Like,
That's
that's you know. So even in my experience, in our experience, I should say, before the engagement, I already decided, okay, making the decision to be married. Before the engagement, I said, there are some things I haven't told Kareina about myself before. I need to say this before I engage her.
Okay.
Because I need to give her the opportunity to make an informed decision when she says yes. And when she's in that effect.
You're trying to trap her in the engagement.
Yeah. I say when she says yes, she should be saying yes, fully
everything.
aware of
Beautiful.
these.
And I think I've heard you also saying that you were already on that journey to be married before your engagement.
Yeah.
And therefore that it seemed to me that you have already decided wedding.
Yeah. We kind of, you're back to front. We're a little back to
Or generally, you know, that the relationship is building,
Yeah.
and therefore they reach to the point where they think, okay, engagement can take place.
Yeah.
And after engagement, they start to, because that's a period when you start to open up, you start to share it. But again, each person different.
Yes.
And I think you have, it's a model that I think is also acceptable. And it is workable.
Yeah.
That, you know,
because
very
for,
good.
Because for us, engagement was simply a public declaration.
Right, that right.
That's what it was.
So the
It
different,
was-
right,
yeah.
so that in a public declaration, if the things are already in place.
Yeah.
For another person, it is saying now, okay, this is the time we can start seriously looking at what can we do, how do we develop the rest of the days. You see, so.
Yeah, so I think, now discussing it and fleshing it out, I think we were already engaged.
All right.
Before I got down on one knee. I think we were already engaged.
And that is correct.
Yeah.
That
We're
is
engaged to be
very,
So we were, in other words, in the true meaning of the word engaged, we're already in that
you're
process.
already in the right.
We're already in that process. It was
Very
just to tell
good.
the world,
Excellent.
hey, we're going to do this now, and that kind of thing.
Yeah, very
Pastor, any closing words before we go? Closing. We're talking about the topic.
Just before you say,
They want to share.
Yeah. Well, Sabrina is saying the safe space that should be there with no judgment. That's what she's talking about. The engagement period, I believe. Boyd Gibson, thanks so much for joining in. He is saying, should not some of the issues come up before engagement? Otherwise, it could be a deal breaker.
Yes.
Right? And that should come up. That's what you were saying just now. Something's disclosed before the engagement. So the person know exactly what they're saying yes to, I guess.
Well, it all depends again. I think an engagement is not marriage.
True.
And it could be broken.
So, right, that's the point. So that therefore, to me, we are going along, we are observing each other, we understand that, okay, there are certain qualities I'm seeing here that I think I want to spend my life with you. Now that you are taking the next stage, then to me that stage is a little more intimate, a little more self-disclosing.
Yeah.
Except that, you know, that we have, because again, there's another couple that they were friends since in school. since in primary school. They grew up together and they're now getting married.
Yeah.
So that here it is, they knew each other over a period of time. They didn't live too far from each other. The family knew each other. So that there was a lot they knew about each other. So that the engagement wasn't much to say much more.
Yeah.
Right? So that here it is, the other couple now, where they have been, they're going around, and now they come to the place where they have decided we will spend the rest of our lives together. And therefore, during that period of time, the level of discussion, the level of disclosure is a little more comforting, because I now feel comfortable that I can tell you some things that you will not embarrass me over. I can share with you some of, okay, let me give you one. My daughter-in-law, she was taking her child to the preschool, and most of the preschool was requiring of her that the child be potty trained before but this particular school says, no, we don't have a problem with you to be bringing the child, we would potty train the child. And the owner of the school says, let me tell you something. My husband was still in bed, and it never had a problem with that. I don't know if at the time the husband was dead, but I couldn't see a wife
Oh my goodness.
telling that to somebody.
Oh my days.
While the husband alive?
Oh my
Right, the
days,
husband
fam.
So you understand what I'm saying? So here it is. What could have happened is that after the engagement, after they have gone through a thing, that she understood that this was the man's problem, and she decided she was accepting for it, and live with it and deal with it. But now she's prepared to talk about it, because maybe I had to be that the man is dead. I couldn't see that. I couldn't see that embarrassment coming.
Right, yes.
But she was saying to my daughter-in-law that, listen, that's not a problem. My husband, you must be in bed, even. So she knew, and she was.
Here you was worried about snoring.
Okay, snoring is another thing again. Okay, so that here it is that you know that. Okay, if you have a problem with it, and you know that we can talk to it, and okay, we have medication, and you know these are things that we want when we get into the relationship, because it can create friction in the relationship if matters of these kind are not dealt with. They're spoken to. I am willing to work with you. I love you enough that we can work this thing together, and that is the driving force of a good relationship.
Wow!
No matter what, we are going to work it out together.
We are going to work it out together. Pastor, thank you so much for so smoothly, suave, and ably guiding us and navigating us through this topic. How long is too long to be engaged? I think what stood out to me from what you would have shared is just about each individual, each scenario being different. And when you have challenges like this, you ought to come back to the counselor. And that, I mean, that's a plug for counseling, because I don't think that any couple can ably deal with this on their own, because you have a back and forth between two individuals where the woman wants to be married now and the guy wants to be. And so it's important to have a counselor. Kareina and I, we still have the person who counsels us, Pastor Harrell. Anytime I misbehave, Kareina will tell me I'll call Pastor Harrell.
It's an important thing. You know,
it's important for your marriage to have a counselor who is not a family member or a friend, a girlfriend you're going to call and tell.
Oftentimes, if somebody that is closest to you, but she does not feel comfortable with this, the person may not be biased in any way, you know. But just the mere fact that they feel that both of you are close enough, and I am not as close, so that you remove all those things. So somebody that is common to both of you, okay, this is the person we are comfortable with, so that either one of us, if there are challenges that beyond what we can handle, we can talk to this person.
So guys, you heard it here right on the Merge podcast. Don't wait 10 years. Go back to your counselor, help them to navigate your space so that you all can deal with issues and get to being married before you do something that you may not be proud of, that God may not be proud of. We enjoyed our time here on the podcast dealing with the topic engagement. How long is too long? The verdict is out, and the line has been drawn from all the experts. 2 years, according to most persons, a year and a half, 2 years is about the ceiling of engagement to make those preparations, to prepare your life for a lifetime together. Kareina, anything else you want to share with the people before we go?
Yes, I would like to share what came out, and what stuck out in my mind is that the couple should have open communication, being on the same page, the same trajectory, and the commitment factor. Yes, it might be daunting for some if you may have had a difficult experience in your childhood or such, but there is always the avenue of psychological working through that is very beneficial to a lot of persons, and marriages and relationships that can really help, and with God's help and spiritual guidance, anything is possible. So don't be afraid of commitment. Marriage is a covenant relationship blessed by God, and He will help you and your partner through that engagement into marriage period.
Beautiful, beautiful. Again, well, we thank everyone for joining us here for this episode of the Merge Podcast. We're here next month again, the second Friday night of the month. Next month is what, April?
Yes.
Right, we're here in April again. We will give you all April's topic, but we want to, again, just shout out some persons who would have really contributed to the podcast, helping us get these mics, helping us to get these lights, making contributions. We really, really appreciate you all, and we thank you so much. We'll ever grateful. If anybody else wants to contribute, we have a lot of stuff to get still.
Yeah.
All right, we appreciate that as well. One thing I want to share, some big news.
Take your time.
Big news, big news, big news. The Merge Podcast are doing big things. So from now on, we're going to have David, Joseph, and the team going around doing interviews to prepare us to get your answers, in order that we come here and sit down and have your opinions reflected here, to have this nice live conversation. But additional to that, we would be going to Santa Cruz Church on the 21st.
Santa Cruz SDA Church?
Yes, Santa Cruz SDA Church on the 21st of this month, March. Yes, it's an AY program. We'll be taking up the evenings program there. So we invite all of you all to come down. 4 in the evening, 4:30 in the evening. We're going to be talking all about relationships. We went there, we did the first part of the program. We're going to have part 2. And it's going to be wonderful. Come see David, see Kareina, see me. Let's come and have a good time. Joseph, as we talk all about relationships. We're not going to be streaming that one.
No.
All right. So if you want, make your way down there. We're going to have a bumper time.
Yeah.
And if you want us to come to your church, you want us to come to your group, and you want to have these types of discussions, yeah, we would love to come and be a part of this as we build this community.
I'm really excited about this.
Yes.
And I'm happy to know that young people, and they are pulling together such fantastic program. It's a blessing, blessing. So that it is my prayer and my wish that this program expand and be a blessing to all our people. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Yeah.
Thank you all guys for joining us. Remember that we are always better together.
Better with you.
Good night.